Yo, I'm back. Okay, so I wanted to come back with another video. It's been a couple of months. The channel's been sitting kind of dormant for a little bit, but I'm back. So hey, uh, I wanted to show in this video my comic collection and my showcase for it. And kind of talk about like some of my earliest memories and how I've kind of grown up with the character of Spider-Man and show off some other cool stuff that I got. But mainly showcase my comics because I really, really love the origins and everything with that. So yeah, let's get started. So starting off with the most obvious one that I have is my reprint of Amazing Fantasy 15. I find myself reading this quite a lot. This is from the Toy Biz uh, Spider-Man Classics toy line from the first wave. It's in pretty good condition. I've had it since I've had that figure. I lost a figure forever ago, but always was able to hang on to the comic, thankfully. What hasn't been said about Amazing Fantasy 15 and the Ditko art style, and everything that went into creating the character and bringing him to life and over the years then. But yeah, I always keep this at the ready. I always keep this. I used to have a copy that I keep in the bathroom that, when I'm, cranking one out or, uh, that came out way worse than I was expecting to. I meant like taking a shit, not like, um, but yeah, I mean, if you're a Spider-Man fan or if you're a collector, I would definitely recommend picking up like a reprint or even like one of the Facsimile reprints of AF-15. I would just go find one. You can find one for around 20-25 bucks in really good condition. Next up, that I have, and as far as like first appearances and early runs of Spider-Man, I have Amazing Annual #2. I wish I had hands on Amazing Annual #1, but same with Amazing Fantasy 15. I don't want to spend the same amount of money I would on a house or like a Cadillac or something. Um, but yeah, I got this for a pretty good deal. The cover it shows a little bit of age, but I kind of like it's kind of like a patina on a car almost. I think it looked really good. I love reading this. This has one of the Doctor Strange arcs in it. I really, really, really love that I have this. I think it's a great cover as well with just this neutral pose of Spidey just standing there, and then you got the really big headshot with those classic Ditko eyes. I mean, come on. Moving right along, um, to I have more in my other comic book box, but I do find myself going to these first two issues of Sensational Spider-Man, uh, #0 and #1. If you haven't read Sensational Spider-Man, please do yourself a favor, go read this. Um, Dan Jurgens brought the character back uh, after a slew of like the issues that were going on with the Clone Saga at the time and Marvel in general, and he kind of reinvented Spider-Man with this uh, really great new look. I mean, it hybridized the classic look and something new at the time, or at least of the '90s, the mid '90s. Came out, in '94, and this cover, I wish I had the non-lenticular version because I think it kind of loses something with just this basic card here, but it's still cool. Don't get me wrong. The white background with the blue webs and the red font, it's just, and even look at the back there. I mean, come on, look at that. That's one of the best redesigns of the classic suit, down, hands down. Of the other first appearances that I do have in my collection, Web of #18 technically is the first appearance of Eddie Brock. You get to see his hand, and um, he says, what does he say? Uh, I'll put a picture down here and whatever. But yeah, it is really cool in my opinion. I think this is also a really great cover art. I forget who does
cover art on this issue. And I believe this was actually one issue before McFarlane took over, if I'm not mistaken. Um, but regardless, it's a really great issue. It's actually a really cool story that I highly recommend. I don't want to give any spoilers away, but check out Web of Spider-Man number issue 18 for sure. Right now, I'm trying to grow my Spider-Man 2099 comic collection. I've really been getting into this character a little bit more lately within like the last 2 years. That's not any involvement with the recent Spider-Verse movie. I just always loved Miguel's design, but never was able to find many Spidey 2099 comics out in the wild. So I've had to go on eBay to get kind of the collection started for Spider-Man 2099. But of the two issues that I do have, issue 29 and 30, from issue 29 and 30, one of my favorite characters and favorite designs, Flipside. I think he's such a cool looking character. He's an android who's like essentially the opposite of Spider-Man. He's reprogrammed by this one guy that's like, his name is like Ratchet or something like that. He's got like a weird name. He's like, it almost gives me like the same vibe of that Longhorn looking dude from Spider-Man Unlimited. But it's kind of a short-lived character, very short-lived. I think he's only in these 2 issues, I'm pretty sure. But he has such a cool design with the cape and the black on top. He's kind of like almost a precursor to Kane's design, almost, with those red eyes and the white wedding across the black. Oh, it's just peak. So these Spider-Man popcorn tubs, I got 4 of them. I got when I was going to a early screening of the first Spider-Man movie. I was just a wee baby. I was like 4, I think, like 4.5. At the time, my mom was like friends with somebody who had connections to go see the early screening with like her job. And obviously, like you're going to take your 4-year-old son to go see a Spider-Man movie. And they were giving these away at the premiere of that early screening, and I got 4 of them because all of her friends got one, and then they didn't want them, so they just all gave them to me, and I've had them since that day, and that was over 20 years ago. I don't use them for popcorn anymore just because they're so old and they've collected dust and they're kind of dirty, and I kind of just collect different little knickknacks in them, but they're still fun to display. Every once in a while, I will, maybe fill one or the cleanest one that from this 4-pack, filled up with popcorn, just if I'm feeling extra fancy, extra like I want to watch some Spider-Man or something. But yeah, I always love these. These always go on my shelf no matter what. So for those who have stuck around towards the end of this video, I wanted to give a brief update on what the channel is going to be doing going forward in the future. So first things first, uploads will not be as frequent as I would like them to be, probably every so months, maybe 2-3 months. I got a lot of stuff going on. I just recently got a new job that's just a little bit more demanding than my last position. I also recently moved, and I also bought a motorcycle. So I've been kind of dealing with those things and learning to ride a motorcycle and all this other kind of stuff. But just a lot of life stuff going on, that Parker luck, am I right, guys? We're still going to have a lot more videos on DIY costume stuff, more videos like this where I just kind of talk about the character and why I love Spider-Man, comics in general, highlighting different artists. Specifically, I do want to finally get a video out talking about the Dan Jurgens Sensational Spider-Man run, because it was very short-lived. I think it was 6 or 7. I think it was 7 or 8. I want to say 7 issues that he did, and then they kind of like bullied him off the
the run for Spider-Man, which is kind of weird because you had such a great writer for the Death of Superman come in to revitalize your essentially at the time #1 character for your company. But anyway, I'm getting too much into it for right now, but I appreciate you guys for continuing to watch, and those who still supported me, even though the channel has been dormant. I don't even expect this video to get any views, but hopefully those who still care enough to check it out, I appreciate you guys, and stay tuned for more. I'll have a lot more coming in the next few months and before the end of the year. So, peace. What, you thought the Spidey Cup was gone? No, that's staying. Check the drip. Check the drip. Okay, so Simply Spider-Man forgot to record this part of the video, which I really wanted to actually include in the video, but as you can see, I forgot. Just finished wrapping up doing the thumbnail, just got the suit off, wrapped up everything. I forgot to show you guys like the coolest thing in my comic collection. I guess it's part of the collection, but I have the book, the poetry book that Peter is reading in the laundromat when he wants to impress Mary Jane. And right here you can see, right here on page 27, day by day he gazed upon her, day by day he sighed with passion, day by day his heart within him grew more hot with love and longing. So yeah, if you're not a real Spider-Man fan and you don't have the Song of Hiawatha in your collection, are you even a real Spider-Man fan? Even a real Spider-Man fan if you don't read poetry to yourself in the laundromat out loud?